Hey, it's Pat Gillis here, and we've had a few episodes this week that were kind of a little nerve-wracking, and one of them was that one of our horses, Cash, he got rolling in the snow outside, and he got into a position where he wasn't able to get up. That's called being cast with horses, and you're going to find that happens in horse stalls. It can happen out in the field, and we're going to show you what to do about that. One of the things that you always want to remember is that a horse, when he is down and the horse can't get up, and when the horse figures out that he can't get up, that is a horse that feels very, very vulnerable and will also be very prone to panic. So one of the safest or the most important things about getting a horse up that's been cast is keeping yourself safe, because you're no good to the horse if you get yourself hurt. So we're going to use a model horse here today. And our fake stall. So this is one of our Breyer horses that one of the kids brought. He's quite lovely. Oops, oh my goodness, I took his bow off. That's okay. He won't have a bow after he's been cast anyway. So here's a horse, and he would get down perhaps, this is his stall we'll say, and he's going to roll in the stall, and then all of a sudden he just rolls this way, and he gets just that little bit too close to the wall, and now he's stuck. Okay, we can't show you this on a real horse because we never think to film things like this because we're always in a little bit of a panic when a horse gets cast like this. So this horse now is quite vulnerable because he's stuck and he doesn't have enough to be able to push himself off the wall and get back up, right? So he's made a little bit of an error in judgment. This is what happened with poor Cash out in the snow. He was in a little bit of a dip in one of their favorite sand pits, and he got himself stuck like that. So actually, you know what? I'm going to use another horse. This one looks a little too happy. I think, yeah, this one looks a little sadder. Probably because where the girth is on him. Maybe he's sad because the saddle's too far back. But anyway, he looks a little sadder. So we're going to use this horse. So there he is, poor guy. He's cast. So the way to get a horse out of this situation is that you need help and you need lunge lines, okay? You don't want to put your lunge line like this and try to pull the horse this way. Because, you know, the horse doesn't need his legs splayed apart that way, right? It's even worse in the hind legs if you put your lunge line like this and try to pull the horse over. Because a horse is heavy, right? So you're pulling this, like the leg's going to come with you, but not the whole body of the horse, okay? So the safest way to do this is to get the rope, safest for the horse, is to get the ropes around the leg that's closest to the wall. What you have to remember is that this is very easy on this horse because he's made of leather. If you're dealing with a horse that's down and he's, again, in that very vulnerable position, you really want to make sure that there's not a lot of loud noise, everybody's jumping around and panicking. Everything has to stay very calm because you've got to get in pretty close to a horse that at any moment could start flailing again, trying to get up. So the most dangerous part of this whole process is kind of like putting the bell around the cat's neck, right? You've got to get that rope around the horse's hind leg. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll cross it this way, and we'll have one person standing this way and the other person, whoops, it's not that easy, trust me. We'll have one person on this rope and the other one on that rope. I will usually start with the hind legs of the horse if there's only me. If I've got help, you can do the same thing at the front, right? Get the front leg wrapped around this way. Again, I tend to try to do like this, especially if you've got help. If there's 4 people, this is how I would have it. This way, this rope this way, and 2 people on this rope this way. What you have to be aware of, the reason you want to have long ropes is because when this horse comes over and he lands over here, you got to get the heck out of the way because his first impulse is going to be getting up, and he doesn't care where anybody else is, okay? So that is really important to have long, like I use lunge lines for something like this. You wouldn't want to use a short lead shank because when that horse comes over, you're too close, okay? So you want to make sure that you can be well back as you bring the horse over and then get out of his way, okay? That's why we don't tie the ropes onto the horse because, you just want to be able to let go and know that the horse is not still attached to these ropes. Okay, so when he comes over, he's going to stand up with, whoopsies, he probably won't fall over like that. The problem we had with Cash was that he had been out in the cold for so long that he was pretty shaky when he first got to his feet. So you have to watch for that kind of thing. A horse can't be down like this for a long time, okay? They're going to really start to get themselves into a lot of trouble. So when a horse gets cast, again, it's always an emergency, but just try to stay calm, get lunge lines, keep yourself as far away from the horse as possible, and really get out of the way when that horse jumps to his feet, okay? So until next week, if you'd like to leave a comment, go on over to our blog. It's at ismyhorsehappy.com. Leave a comment. Tell us if you've ever had a horse get cast and how you dealt with it. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. And remember to thank your horse.